The cameras flashed, the crowd froze, and just like that, Hollywood and the entire world had a brand new royal obsession.
Oh, absolutely.
Welcome to this deep dive on Starscope Report. Join us as we uncover Hollywood drama, music industry shakeups, and viral influencer scandals. From red carpet surprises to social media controversies, we dive deep into the stories behind the fame.
And today we have a seriously fascinating mission for you.
Yes, we do.
We are unpacking a towering stack of sources. I mean, we're talking official Buckingham Palace statements, international news outlets, and of course, the completely unfiltered, chaotic world of social media reactions.
The best part.
Right. And this is all regarding the birth of Princess Eugenie and Jack Brooksbank's third child.
So we're going to distill all these facts, analyze the psychology behind the wildly varied public reaction.
Yeah, it was very mixed.
Exactly. And we'll explore what this very modern, very quiet birth actually means for the constitutional future of the British monarchy.
Because under the surface, you guys, this is a masterclass in modern narrative control. It really signals a fundamental shift in how the royal family operates today.
It really does. But, okay, to set the scene, picture this. It's a warm, balmy evening in Lisbon, Portugal.
Well, lovely.
Right. Monday, August 3, 2026. The sun is just starting to dip below the horizon, casting this golden hour glow over the terracotta rooftops. The air is quiet.
Which is, I mean, let's be real, that is the exact opposite of the sensory overload we have historically been conditioned to expect from this kind of moment.
Yes, exactly. Because normally when a British royal baby is born, it is a high-decibel, highly choreographed global event.
Oh, totally.
We're used to the Lindo Wing in London, the metal barricades holding back like hundreds of screaming fans.
The rapid-fire flash bulbs of the global paparazzi.
Right, it's an absolute circus.
It's traditionally a theatrical release on a global stage.
Right.
The heavy wooden doors open, the perfectly styled couple emerges with the newborn, they wave, the cameras capture it from 100 different angles.
And history is officially recorded.
Exactly. It's loud, it's highly public, and it is a deeply entrenched tradition.
But this time, none of that.
Yep.
No barricades, no press corps, just the quiet, modern reality of a simple smartphone uploading a single, carefully chosen image to Instagram.
And just like that, with a tap of a screen, the news is out.
Let's start with the geography, actually, because that alone is a massive departure.
A huge deal.
A British royal baby has been born far away from the crown's home turf. This baby girl arrived at a hospital in Lisbon, Portugal, weighing 6 pounds 9 ounces at exactly 6:2 p.m. British summertime.
The immediate question for a lot of traditional royal watchers is, well, why Portugal?
Right.
If you are a blood-born Princess of York, why are you welcoming your child on the Iberian Peninsula instead of in a historic London hospital?
But wait, if you actually look at the mechanics of their daily life, the London expectation is completely outdated.
Yeah, it really is.
Eugenie and Jack Brooksbank have essentially engineered a dual existence. They split their time between Portugal and the UK, and it's not just for leisure.
Exactly. Jack has built a highly successful career in hospitality and marketing.
Right.
His work requires a significant operational presence in Portugal. It is a primary base for his career. But they balance that with their historical ties. When they're back in the UK, they reside at Ivy Cottage on the grounds of Kensington Palace.
So they have this fascinating duality. You've got the historic, heavily guarded royal residence in London on one side, and this sun-drenched, private, working professional life in Lisbon on the other.
It's the best of both worlds, really.
It is, and that duality is exactly what set the stage for how they handled the birth announcement.
The contrast between the institution and the individual here is just stark. You have the traditional machinery of the monarchy going through the motions.
Right, the official channel.
Yeah. Buckingham Palace released a very standard formal statement confirming that the king, the queen, and the royal family were, quote, delighted to be informed of the news.
Very stiff.
Completely by the book. It felt archival.
But the palace statement wasn't where the actual cultural impact happened.
No, not at all.
The real story broke on Instagram. Jack took a photo of their new baby girl, and it's incredibly curated to protect their privacy.
So curated.
The baby is pictured from the back. You cannot see her face at all. She's wearing this pink onesie with tiny wings on the back and a matching hat.
And Eugenie's caption totally bypassed all the stiff royal protocols.
Yeah.
She wrote, and I quote, Jack and I are so excited to announce baby girl Brooksbank. We are beyond in love with our girly.
Our girly. I mean, it's so informal.
Very normal mom on Instagram.
Exactly. But I want to push back on this idea that being relatable and informal automatically wins over the public.
Oh, interesting. Why?
Because whenever the royals do anything that blurs the line between public property and private citizen, the reaction is incredibly volatile.
It absolutely is, yeah. And that volatility comes down to a deep-seated sense of public ownership.
Right.
If you look at the viral response on social media, you see that tension playing out in real time.
Right.
We analyzed the Facebook comments from the Royal Observer page, and it's a perfect cross-section to this dynamic.
It's wild in there.
You have thousands of warm wishes, of course, but then you have the fiercely critical, demanding public eye.
Yes, like the commenter Angela Doyle. She completely bypassed the emotional sentiment of the post and went straight into the speculative blood sport of royal watching, betting that the baby is going to be named Victoria.
The name game is a huge part of the public consumption of the royals.
Always.
But the genuinely cynical takes reveal something deeper about the media landscape. Another commenter, Ann Love, looked at this protective photo of the back of the baby's head and asked, how is the photo adorable when you can't see her face?
Which is such a revealing piece of feedback.
Right.
It perfectly illustrates the friction of narrative control. The public feels owed a face.
They do.
Historically, the British public pays for the royals via the sovereign grant, so there's this lingering hangover from older generations who feel they have, bought a ticket to the show.
And therefore deserve a front row seat to the baby's face.
Exactly.
That's a brilliant way to frame it. Historically, the traditional royal birth with the massive press corps was a transaction. You give us the photo op, we give you the favorable coverage.
I look at what Eugenie did through the lens of the entertainment industry.
Okay, how so?
The Lindo Wing Hospital Steps. That is a blockbuster theatrical release. You do the press junkets, you feed the machine. What Eugenie and Jack did was a surprise indie album drop.
Oh, I love that comparison.
Right. By putting that photo directly on Instagram, they bypassed the label of the traditional British press and went straight to their audience. They own their own distribution.
And by doing that, they starved the tabloids of their usual revenue stream.
They really did. But my question to you is, does controlling the narrative that tightly and deliberately withholding visual access actually backfire? Does hiding the baby's face make the public more obsessed?
Oh, without a doubt. It's the economics of the attention economy.
Right.
When you restrict supply, demand skyrockets. Because they're getting less access, they scrutinize the breadcrumbs, like a pink onesie with wings, with forensic intensity.
They really zoom in on those pixels.
Exactly. Hiding the face isn't just about privacy. It's a massive power move. It shifts them from being public property to being private influencers who can monetize or at least leverage their own mystery.
I totally agree. But while this birth looked like a casual private family moment on social media, legally, it just altered the British Constitution.
It did.
And wait till you hear how this tiny baby just knocked a senior working royal down the line of succession. If you're loving these royal twists, make sure you're subscribed. We've got even crazier stories ahead.
The juxtaposition is incredible, honestly. You have this highly modern, casual social media moment, but it is instantly weighed down by centuries of constitutional architecture.
Right, so baby girl Brooksbank, born just days ago in Portugal, is officially 15th in line to the British throne.
To contextualize this, she is joining a household that is already integrated into this succession math.
Right, she has siblings.
Yeah, she has two big brothers, August Philip Hogg, born in 2021, and Ernest George Ronnie, born in 2023.
So she's the third child. But the line of succession is absolute. Her birth creates an automatic domino effect.
It does.
By taking the 15th spot, this newborn baby legally nudges her great-uncle, Prince Edward, the Duke of Edinburgh, down to the 16th spot.
And this is where we have to look at the mechanics of how the monarchy is changing. Moving a senior working royal like Prince Edward down the line in favor of a baby who lives in Portugal. I mean, that highlights a massive operational shift.
A huge shift.
Unlike royals of previous eras who occupy the 15th spot, this baby will not hold an HRH title, his or her Royal Highness.
And she is not expected to ever be a working royal. So let's break that down operationally. What does 15th in line actually mean if you don't have the title and you aren't cutting ribbons at hospitals or attending state banquets?
Functionally, it means you have the pedigree without the portfolio.
Oh, that's a good way to put it.
Thanks. To understand why this branch of the family is structured this way, though, we have to look at the heavier factual context surrounding them. This baby is the fifth grandchild of Andrew Mountbatten Windsor.
Right. Prince Andrew.
Yes. And the institutional shadows here are just impossible to ignore.
Based on the extensive reporting in our sources, Prince Andrew was stripped of his royal titles, styles, and military honors by King Charles.
Yeah.
And this was the direct result of the intense global scrutiny over his association with the convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein.
And just to maintain absolute factual impartiality, based on the records, Prince Andrew has consistently denied any wrongdoing, though he has stated publicly that he regrets the friendship with Epstein.
Right.
But regardless of the legalities, the structural fallout from that association radically altered the trajectory of his entire branch of the family.
It essentially forced them out of the inner circle, right?
Exactly. It served as a massive catalyst for King Charles's vision of a slimmed-down monarchy.
Which we've been hearing about for years.
Right. The mechanics of a slimmed-down monarchy mean fewer people on the royal payroll, fewer people representing the crown globally, and a much tighter inner circle.
Makes sense.
Andrew remains outside the public fold. Consequently, his daughters, Eugenie and Beatrice, while still princesses by birth, carry out zero official duties on behalf of the crown.
You know, when we talk about them losing working royal status, it's often framed as a demotion or a punishment.
It is, yeah.
But I have to question that assumption. If this new baby isn't getting an HRH title and won't have the relentless, crushing burden of royal public relations, is she actually the one who won the lottery here?
That is a very pragmatic way to look at it. How do you mean?
Think about the mechanics of the corporate world. This baby is essentially the ultimate corporate Nepo baby.
Huh? The ultimate one.
I mean that in the most structural sense. She inherits the network, the access, the immense cultural capital, and the prestige of being associated with the British monarchy, which is arguably the world's oldest legacy brand.
Oh, definitely.
But she doesn't have to attend any of the agonizingly boring board meetings.
That is so true. She gets the keys to the Kensington Palace cottage without the constant suffocating public scrutiny of her every move.
Exactly. And she has a blueprint for that exact lifestyle right in front of her. Princess Eugenie has proven the mechanics of this model. You can be a blood-born princess and still operate in the private sector.
Yeah, Eugenie works as a director at the contemporary art gallery Hauser and Wirth in Mayfair, London.
Which is a real job.
It is a highly demanding, legitimate position in the global art market. She is not a figurehead. She is a working professional navigating the art world, while her husband, Jack, navigates international hospitality and marketing.
Right.
They have deliberately engineered a life that is royal adjacent,
Right.
but functionally and financially independent.
And it's that financial and functional independence that gives them the leverage to do things their way. It gives them the freedom to welcome their child in Lisbon, completely out of reach of the London paparazzi.
Oh, boy.
It gives them the freedom to post an Instagram photo on their own timeline. They are actively redefining the boundaries of what it means to be a member of this family in the 21st century.
It is a massive institutional evolution. But, they didn't just wake up one day with this perfect balance. It was a gradual and sometimes turbulent transition away from the epicenter of the crown.
Which brings us to how they got here.
Yes.
Later in the deep dive, we'll talk about the romantic history that set this all in motion and a secret survival blueprint for the future of the monarchy that nobody saw coming. Stick around.
So, tracing the arc of Eugenie and Jack's relationship is essentially watching the modernization of the monarchy in real time.
Let's rewind the clock a bit. Before The Quiet Life in Portugal, before the indie album drop birth announcements, there was a 7-year romance that culminated in a very different kind of public spectacle.
Oh, a huge spectacle. In January 2018, when Eugenie and Jack officially announced their engagement, they were still deeply embedded in the traditional royal rulebook.
They really were.
They were playing their assigned roles within the institution.
Oh, absolutely. If you look at the mechanics of their October 2018 wedding, it was a massive, highly public production at St. George's Chapel in Windsor Castle.
Broadcast globally.
Yes, the Queen was there, Prince Philip was there, and the integration with the core working royals was seamless. Prince William and Kate's children were heavily involved. Princess Charlotte was a bridesmaid. Prince George was a page boy.
It's adorable.
It was peak royal pomp and circumstance. It was the firm operating at maximum capacity.
The contrast between that highly choreographed 2018 spectacle and their reality now in 2026 is just staggering.
It's like two different families.
It is. In less than a decade, they have transitioned from the center of the global royal stage to a largely self-directed, decentralized life.
But here's the crucial distinction. They haven't vanished. They haven't burned the house down.
Right, no tell-all memoirs here.
Exactly. As our sources point out, Eugenie and her older sister Beatrice are noticeably absent from the prominent public royal occasions. You don't see them on the Buckingham Palace balcony during Trooping the Colour anymore, but they still show up for family.
That is the defining mechanism of their new playbook. A perfect example from our sources. Both sisters appeared alongside other senior royals at the wedding of their cousin, Peter Phillips, in June of 2026.
So they are actively separating the crown from the family.
Yes.
They are stepping back from the institutional labor, but leaning into the interpersonal relationships. They will show up for a cousin's wedding, but they won't cut a ribbon at a hospital in the name of the king.
If we synthesize this journey, we're looking at a brand new survival strategy for junior royals in the digital age.
It's fascinating.
It really is. The quiet Instagram announcement, the sun-drenched Lisbon setting, the total lack of a formal stuffy ceremony. It's not just a preference, it's a strategy.
A very smart one.
Junior royals are managing their major life milestones away from the traditional spotlight. They are proving that you can retain the royal mystique without enduring the crushing, relentless pressure of the crown.
It really is a brilliant hack of the system. They get to keep the magic, but they ditch the misery.
Keep the magic, ditch the misery. I love that.
Right. They retain the glamour and the historical weight, but they also get to go to the grocery store in Portugal without being hounded by photographers. Stay tuned and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss what's coming next, because the evolution of this family is far from over.
It is a delicate, highly calibrated balancing act, and you can guarantee that future generations of royals, those who fall further down the line of succession, are taking meticulous notes on how Eugenie and Jack have pulled this off.
Okay, let's zoom out and look at the big picture of what we've uncovered today. We started with the vivid imagery of a flashbulb-free birth in Portugal, a radical departure from the historic chaos of the London hospital steps.
A total 180.
We analyzed the psychology of the Facebook commentators, digging into why the public feels entitled to see a royal baby's face, and how withholding that visual access is a modern media power move.
Yes.
We broke down the constitutional math of the succession, looking at how this tiny baby girl legally nudged Prince Edward out of the 15th spot.
Poor Edward.
Right. And finally, we explored how Eugenie and Jack, navigating the heavy shadows of the past, have engineered a completely new blueprint for modern royals, proving you can build a legitimate career in Mayfair and a private sanctuary in Lisbon.
It is an undeniable modern success story for them on a personal level.
It really is.
But if we connect this to the broader survival of the institution, it raises a critical question for you, the listener, to ponder.
Ooh, what is it?
Well, King Charles has successfully executed his vision of a slimmed-down monarchy. But there is a logistical reality to that strategy. As the core group of working royals inevitably ages, and the sheer volume of public service demands remains incredibly high.
Because the events don't stop.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Is Charles actually creating a labor shortage for the crown?
Wow.
Will history eventually force these independent, non-working royals, like this brand new baby girl, to step out of the shadows and be drafted back into the spotlight to save the family business?
You've been listening to this deep dive on Starscope Report, where we uncover the stories shaping Hollywood, music, and pop culture. Thanks for tuning in, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories that keep the stars shining.